So I'm joined by Seth Meixner, who is the regional director for the MENa region for the Institute for War and Peace Reporting. And we're going to talk today about IWPR's support to journalists and freedom of expression activists, not just in the MENa region, but around the world. So thank you for joining us, Seth.
Well, thank you for having me.
My first question to you is, how do journalists or freedom of expression organizations typically engage with IWPR in the promotion of expression rights?
Okay, organizations or individual journalists and activists can engage with IWPR largely through our programming, which we conduct in approximately 26 countries around the world. They can do that either through training or through partnerships with IWPR. Those partnerships may involve the development and implementation of awareness raising or advocacy campaigning. These campaigns typically target the host countries where our partners live and work, and seek to kind of broaden the acceptance of freedom of expression and increase protections for journalists, activists, civil society organizations that might be working towards greater democratic rights in those countries.
And how can an individual journalist benefit from participating in an IWPR program?
Individuals benefit by being able to broaden their professional skills. They can participate in a wide variety of trainings. These might be technical trainings, editorial training, how to become a better journalist. They might be more advanced trainings, how to engage in activities like investigative journalism or public sector reporting. In addition to participating in trainings, individuals or organizations also can partner with other like-minded actors in the media or civil society field, again, in partnership or coordination with IWPR, developing advocacy strategies and campaigns to further expression, freedom of expression or media freedoms.
And how does IWPR influence international political actors on behalf of either individual journalists or the broader freedom of expression cause?
IWPR achieves that by a couple ways. One is to kind of work directly with those international actors, again, promoting the importance of freedom of expression, in our programming, but also through the programming of other international organizations. So in the past, we've had some very successful partnerships with international organizations who might be working in elections, good governance, legal reform, and we're able to sort of bring the kind of media freedom of expression component to that discussion. The other way that we can influence other international actors is by highlighting the programming that we have on the ground, the work that's done through our partners in the various countries that we work with. And through that work, the international community is able to see that there's very real impact and success that could be had from supporting programming for freedom of expression.
And how can the national actors, journalists, and also freedom of expression activists on the ground, how can they link into or become a part of international rights organizations such as IWPR?
I think firstly by participating in the activities that international organizations present. So, they can join training exercises. Their organizations can become partners on programs that might be funded by, the U.S. State Department, USAID, by the UK government. And I think just, engaging as much as possible with the international community or those organizations that might be working in their country or countries where they have a presence. I think the international community obviously has a lot to offer national organizations, but national organizations also are really sort of the heartbeat of the freedom of expression advocacy efforts. And I think we, IWPR, and other international organizations have an enormous amount of knowledge and experience that we can gain by working with those organizations. So really actively seeking out partnerships with organizations like IWPR and others who might be working in this sphere.
BCI and IWPR are working together on a program in the Middle East, North Africa region, funded by the UK government, the Aswad Hora program. What is the biggest advocacy challenge that you see in the region right now?
I think regionally, there's a shrinking of space for freedom of expression, media freedoms. I think over the past couple of years or so, we've really seen more pressure being put on certainly national activists and to some extent international organizations. So I think there's a general shift sort of away from that kind of liberalization of the sector that we may have seen 10 years ago as various countries or authorities are now tending to kind of view freedom of expression as a challenge for them. So I think the biggest issue really is sort of a reversal of those wins that we might have seen 10 years ago.
Great, thank you.
Thank you.